I didn't believe in vampires until my best friend tried to kill me. Marcus and I had been inseparable since freshman year of college. We were roommates, study partners, and brothers in every way that mattered. 10 years of friendship, hundreds of nights talking until dawn, countless road trips and inside jokes that only we understood. He was the person I trusted most in this world. Everything changed on a Tuesday night in October. I was home alone, sitting on the couch with a beer, scrolling through my phone when Marcus texted, "You home? Need to talk. It's important." He arrived 20 minutes later, but something was off. His skin looked pale, almost translucent under the apartment lights. Dark circles rimmed his eyes like charcoal sketches. He wore sunglasses indoors, something Marcus would never do. When he sat down, I noticed his hands were ice cold, and there was a faint odor coming from him, like copper mixed with something rotten. "Dude, are you okay?" I asked. "You look terrible. Are you sick?" Marcus removed his sunglasses slowly. His eyes were different. The warm brown I'd known for a decade had shifted to a cold, metallic grey. When he blinked, I swear I saw his pupils dilate like a predator's. "I need to tell you something," he said, his voice deeper than usual, almost hypnotic. "And I need you to listen without interrupting." "Okay." I felt something tighten in my chest. "You're scaring me, man." I wanted to laugh, to think he was messing with me, but his face was completely serious. "Marcus, what are you talking about?" I stood up immediately. "Okay, you need help. Real help. Let me call." Before I could move, Marcus was across the room. I didn't see him walk. He just appeared there, blocking the apartment door. I backed away slowly, my mind racing. "Marcus, listen to me. Whatever this is, whatever's happening." He moved toward me, and this time I saw the fangs. They descended like a snake's, elongating from his upper jaw. His face began to change, becoming something between human and animal. His skin darkened, his features sharpening into something ancient and terrible. I ran. I bolted toward my bedroom, slammed the door, and threw the lock. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely dial 911. I was telling the operator that there was an intruder in my apartment when Marcus hit the door. Not with his shoulder, he simply punched through it like the wood was paper. The entire door frame splintered. I scrambled toward the bedroom window, unlatched it, and climbed out onto the fire escape. It was 3 stories up. Marcus was at the window behind me, his monstrous face silhouetted against my bedroom light. For a moment, our eyes met, and I saw something of my old friend in there. Pain, regret, desperation. Then he climbed out after me. I don't remember descending the stairs. I just remember the cold metal beneath my palms, the sound of my own screaming, the inhuman speed with which he pursued me. I could hear his breathing, feel the supernatural cold radiating from him. He was so close I could smell that rotten copper stench again. I jumped the last 10 feet and hit the ground running. The streets were empty. It was nearly 2 a.m. I ran toward the highway, toward lights, toward people. Marcus followed, but as I reached a well-lit gas station, he stopped abruptly, hissing in pain. The fluorescent lights seemed to burn his skin, causing it to smoke and blister. He retreated into the shadows, letting out a sound of pure anguish. The police arrived 6 minutes later. They found nothing. No Marcus, no evidence of an intruder. My apartment showed signs of forced entry, but there was no one there. When I tried to explain about the fangs, the speed, the impossible strength, the officers exchanged glances. They took a report but didn't believe me. One of them suggested I'd been having a panic attack or a stress-induced episode. They didn't believe me because Marcus had cleaned up before I got home. He'd wiped away any evidence of his presence. Professional, deliberate. Over the next week, I tried to convince myself it had been a hallucination or a psychotic break. But then Marcus started texting me from unknown numbers. Photos of me sleeping, taken through my window. Videos of me at work, filmed from across the street. A message that read simply, "I'm sorry, I love you, I wish it didn't have to be this way. I moved apartments. I changed my phone number. I installed security cameras and motion sensor lights. But every night I'd find evidence that he'd been there. A handprint on my window that wouldn't wipe away. My bedroom curtains moved when all the windows were locked. Once, I found a note on my pillow. One day you'll understand. One day you'll be like me. The worst part wasn't the fear, it was the sadness. Because somewhere inside the monster, my best friend was still trapped, still suffering, still trying to preserve our friendship, even as his new nature demanded my death. I haven't seen Marcus in 6 months. The visit stopped 2 weeks ago. The text stopped 3 weeks before that. Part of me, the part that remembers late-night conversations and inside jokes and the way he always had my back, prays that he found another way, that he found a community of his kind, that he made peace with what he'd become. The other part of me knows the truth. He's out there in the darkness and he's still hungry, he's still waiting. And one day,